Dear students, Namaste and welcome to you all in the class of Compulsory English of grade 9. So, we have been dealing with unit 10. The theme of or the title of the unit is the earth and space. Can you guess what we are going to do today? Wonderful. We are going to discuss three different things. They are the pronunciation, speaking activities, and finally we will do listening as well. Okay? So, are you ready for that? Okay, very good. Please come close to the television set and also engage in the activities actively. Okay? Good. Shall we move forward? Very good. So, as I have just said, we will begin with the pronunciation section. So, here under this it has been given, listen to your teacher. What sounds do the final ed or ed in these words make? Put the words in the correct box. You have been given a list of words, okay, and then after I pronounce these words, okay, you have to enlist them or write them under three different headings, okay, t, d and id. So, before that I would like to give you some ideas, okay. So, the suffix ed, okay, the suffix ed in verbs, okay, attached in verbs. So, in regular verbs we have ed as past tense markers, okay, as past tense marker suffix ed. For example, want plus ed. So, it makes the verb past tense, simple past or even past participle. Okay. So, when we use this ed in different verbs, it has got three different pronunciations. Okay. So, this ed is produced as either ta or da or it. So, based on the condition, you have to pronounce these suffix differently, either ta, da or it. Clear? Very good. Now, I am going to pronounce the words given there, okay, and based on my pronunciation you have to write those words under three different headings, okay. Those which you listen to them as ta, write them here. If you listen to them as da, write them in this second column, and if you listen to them as id, and then write under these three different categories, okay, or boxes. So, let us begin. So, listen to these words, okay. Landed, opened, walked, passed, frightened, asked, ascended, finished, jumped, recorded. I guess you have enlisted them correctly. So, even if you have not done it, please don't worry, I am going to give you the model answer, okay. So, please compare your answer with mine, okay. Let us see. The first one is walked. Which sound did you hear last? Which last sound did you hear? Yes, ta sound, walked. Passed, asked, finished, jumped. Next. So, did you match? Okay, very good. You did excellent job. Next, opened, frightened, frightened. So, these two words have final da sound, and which words are left now? Very good. Landed, ascended. So, the last word is recorded. record it. Okay. So dear students, now I am going to present you the basic rules, okay, behind the pronunciation of ed, okay, or suffix ed that we have discussed. So as I said you, we have three different pronunciation of ed suffix. Let's discuss them, how you have to pronounce them. Okay. The first one is the suffix ed is produced as or pronounced as ta. Okay. When the final sound of a verb is a voiceless consonant like pa, ka, fa, tha, sha, sha and cha. Other examples, that means I have added some examples because we have discussed some of these before. Puffed, the final sound is pa. Laughed, fa. Kissed, sa is there, and finally reached. Next, the suffix ed or ed is pronounced as da when the final sound of a verb is a voiced consonant like b, g, v, d, j, z, j, m, na, ng, ra and la. So other examples are begged, breathed, claimed, clear, rolled, banned, etc. So please try adding other examples as well. Okay, good. Next is the final one, that is the ed suffix is produced as id when the final sound of a verb is either ta or da. Remember, ta or da are produced after, if the suffix ed is there after ta and da final sound, then you have to produce it as id. For example, visited, ended, wanted, waited, etc. Clear? I guess you have got clear ideas about it. Okay students, now here is a task for you. Please try to produce these words yourself and make a list of these verbs in three different headings, okay, under ta, da and id. Okay, make three columns. Okay, write here ta, da and id, and copy all these verbs yourself, and don't forget to show your task to your teacher. Is that fine? Very good. Shall we move on? Okay. So now is the time for you to speak or discuss a speaking task. Let's begin the speaking task today. So it says work in pairs, means you have to work in two, okay, with your friend. Study the map below and take turns to ask and answer where different places are located. Use the given prepositions. Remember, you have to use the given prepositions. One has been given as an example. So where are the prepositions? Yes, they are here in the box. What are they? Next to, opposite, between, behind, in front of, above and below. And look, there is the picture or map. So we have to talk about different locations of different places. For example, we might be talking about where this restaurant is or the pharmacy is. Got the idea? Okay, moreover, you are given where you actually are. For example, let's practice this. So the condition given is you are in Old Road, and A says where is the school? Please first find where the old road is in the map given. Yes, so you can see new road, okay, this entire road is new road. West road, you can see here, old road, so this is the old road. East road is there and other places are there. So you are here, okay, in Old Road. And you have to locate school there. Where is the school? Yes, it's there. Now A asks, as given in the example, where is the school? And B responds to it, yes, it's opposite the bus park. So school is here and there is road and bus park is there. Okay. So now I'm going to give you some ideas about how you use or you have to use these prepositions of locations. Okay. So let's discuss them first and then you'll be making dialogues like this. Okay. Very good. The first one is given there is next to. Do you know how you use it? Oh, absolutely. You're fine. You're quite correct. When something or someone is very close to someone or something with nothing in between. There are two things, okay, but nothing should be there in between. In that case, you'll be using next to. For example, the ball is next to the box. Look, so there is small gap as well and box is there, ball is there, okay, next to is used in such a way. So next is opposite. Next preposition given that you have to use while speaking. Opposite. Do you know when we have to use or when we can use opposite? Yes, when two things face each other. Okay, two things, two people facing each other. Okay, but they must be on either sides. So look at the example here. Tom is sitting opposite Mary. Where is the picture then? Yes, I do have one. Do you want to look at it? Yes, very good. So here, perhaps they are traveling somewhere, okay, and Tom is sitting opposite Mary. They are facing one another. Clear? Okay. Let's see next preposition and its use. It's between. I think you are pretty clear about the use of this preposition, aren't you? Very good. Actually you are. But for your tender reminder, okay, it refers to something in the place or space that separates two places, people or things. Means something should be there in between two things, okay. In the middle of two things there must be something. In that case you will use this preposition. So can you make one example using this preposition? Ah, very good. Nepal lies between India and China. Wonderful example, dear students. Next example, there is an umbrella between these two people or the two people. Let's see the picture. Look, between is written on the umbrella, okay. So this is the case of the use of between. Next is behind, and as you have known, it refers to something which is at the back of something, often hidden by something, that might be hidden by something. For example, so look at the picture and the example as well. So behind, look, close the door behind you. Sometimes you might say in that way, order somebody, or this picture and this example are related, aren't they? Yes, the boy is behind the ball. Look, often hidden, I said earlier, okay, but it is not completely hidden. Okay, next is in front of. So where do you use this phrasal preposition? Okay, very good. It to refer to something in the space or place that separates two places, people or things. For example, the teacher is standing in front of the class. Okay, now I am standing in front of you people. Okay. Okay, I hope that you are clear about its use as well. Let's move to next one, that is above, and it is used to show when we want to say something is higher than another object. And example, the bird is flying above the tree. Okay, so not vertically above. Okay, so if something is there, okay, up, direct, perpendicularly up, okay, to you, for example. So for example, this is condition like this. Okay, so one object is here and something is there. Okay, so this is sort of the condition when you use above. Otherwise, if something is vertically above or perpendicularly above, you have to use over. Okay, but the bird is not there. So the final one is, next one is below. We use below when something is at the lower level or in the down position. Okay, it is related to, so this is above and this is below. Okay, in relation to this one. Got it? I am not talking about this one. The boy in his yellow t-shirt is standing below the tree. Okay, so you can see the boy, okay, not exactly sitting under the tree. Okay, so over, so if something is directly or perpendicularly above something, you have to use over, and if something is there, you have to use under. Okay, but we are talking about below and above. Okay, so the boy is not exactly here. Okay, if he were here, we would have said under. Okay, okay, dear students, now is the time for you to speak. Okay, it says work in pairs, study the map below and take turns to ask and answer where different places are located. Use the given prepositions. One has been given as an example, and we have already discussed the example as well, haven't we? Yes, definitely. So let's do the tasks now. The first one is, you are in new road, or you can go to, if you find it difficult to, let's look at this map, you can turn your book as well and see the activity there. It might be clear to you if you find it difficult to understand this map. Okay, so here you are in new road. Okay, this is new road. Okay, and you have to talk about supermarket and cinema hall. Okay, so cinema hall is there. Okay, I'm highlighting it, pointing to it, and you have to talk about supermarket as well. Now, how would you make a dialogue? What does A say, or your friends should have to say? Ah, very good. Where is the supermarket? Well done, dear students. And what might B say? Yes, it's opposite the post office. So you can see post office here and there is supermarket. Clear? Okay. So similar to that, you have to talk about cinema hall. Here it is. And you can take reference to bank, or else you can take reference to stadium as well. So if you have to take this bank as a reference point to talk about cinema's location, you have to use the preposition yes, opposite. But if you have to talk about this cinema with reference to stadium, which preposition should you use? Yes, next to. So now A might ask the same question. Where is the stadium, or where is the cinema hall? Here, where is the cinema hall? And B might reply, yes, it is next to the stadium. So you can see the stadium there. Okay, dear students, let's move to exercise B. It says you are in Old Road and you have to talk about fun park and bank. So I'm highlighting or pointing to the Old Road here. Okay, this is Old Road and you have to talk about fun park. Okay, you can see the fun park there and bank here. So which prepositions do you think you use? Okay, below and above. Okay, fine. So where is the fun park, you might say, and it is in front of the bank. So I said earlier that you can sometimes use other prepositions as well, okay, but you have to use those prepositions. Okay, fun park, where is the fun park? And your friend might answer it is in front of the bank. Next is bank. Okay, so you can see bank here. And what might be the question? Okay, very good. Where is the bank? And answer, yes, wonderful, it's behind the fun park. So please, dear students, in the similar way, please talk to your friends about rest of the activities. Okay, but don't forget to use those prepositions. Is that fine to you? Okay, very good. So now I am going to quickly summarize what we actually did and what we are going to do now. And up to now we have introduced the topic and did some pronunciation practice and learned to use different prepositions of location to talk about different places. And what next? Yes, the third section, that is the listening one. Okay, so let's enter into our next topic, that is listening. So please be ready with your necessary materials so that you can do some activities as well while listening to the audio. Okay, okay, so let's begin. You can see a picture there, activity number A. Look at the picture and answer these questions. You can see, what do you see? Very good. It is one of the, let's say, celestial body or member of our solar system as well. So, and there is a question, first one, how many planets are there in the solar system? Okay, please think about its answer. Now next question is, do you think that Pluto is a planet? What do you think? So please think about answers to these questions. What do you think about the first one? How many planets are there in the solar system? Very good. There are 8 planets. Wonderful job, dear students. And do you think that Pluto is a planet? No, very good. It's not. So 8 planets are these: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So when I was a young kid like you, we learned that Pluto was a planet, but it has been taken out of that category of planet. Why? Okay, it's amazing, isn't it? Like, it was once a planet, but now it's not a planet. Why? So we are going to find answer to these questions in this particular program or audio. So let's go to the actual listening phase. What we actually do here is, so this is the listening procedure. You will get a chance to listen to the audio for 3 times. How many times? Yes, you will be listening to the audio 3 times. Okay, first, second, and third. In the first listening, you'll just listen to the audio and be familiarized with it. You have to familiarize with it. You don't do anything in the first listening. Okay. In the second listening, you have to do exercise B. There are 2 exercises. Okay. While listening to the audio for the second time, you have to do exercise B. And in the third listening, you have to do exercise C. And after we complete all the exercises, okay, that means with the third listening, we will discuss the answers. Okay. So let's move to the first listening. Please listen to the audio file carefully. Just listen to it. Okay. Close your eyes and understand as much information as you can. Okay. So before that, please turn your book and see the activity there before, or you can read activities as well. But while listening to the audio for the first time, don't do anything. Okay. Just listen to it. Now listen to the audio.
Pluto, the planet that wasn't. Poor Pluto. It's bad enough to be the runt of the group, but to be told after 75 years that you're not even a member of the club? What an insult! Pluto was first discovered in 1930. Until 2006, students were taught that it was the ninth and smallest planet in the solar system. Smaller than Earth's moon, it is not even as wide as the United States. Pluto is made up almost entirely of rock and ice. It is so far away from Earth that the NASA New Horizons spacecraft took almost 10 years to get very close to it. Pluto's full orbit around the Sun lasts almost 250 Earth years. But as small as it is, as cold as it is, as far from the Sun as it is, for all those years it was considered the ninth planet of the solar system, until Eris came around. Eris was discovered in 2005. It is about the same size as Pluto, and like Pluto, it is part of the Kuiper Belt, a ring of objects that circle the outer edge of the solar system. After Eris was discovered, scientists had to make a decision. Either Eris was the 10th planet in the solar system, or it was not a planet at all. And if Eris wasn't a planet, could Pluto be considered one? Scientists made new rules for what is counted as a planet, and decided that neither Pluto nor Eris qualified. A new category was created, dwarf planet. The official lists of planets in the solar system went from 9 to 8, and Pluto and Eris became members of the Dwarf Planet Club. So long for planet Pluto, but at least it no longer has to be the littlest guy in the club. In fact, Pluto is one of the bigger dwarf planets. Maybe Pluto doesn't have it so bad after all.
Okay, dear students, I guess that you have listened to the audio file very carefully, haven't you? Well done. Now, this time I'm going to play the audio for the second time, and as I said you earlier, you have to do the exercise B, okay, while you listen to the second time, okay. So it says listen to the audio and complete the sentences with the correct words or phrases. Either you have to write a single word or more than one words as well, okay. So based on the condition. So please read these activities or sentences, okay, before I play the audio file. Please read them very carefully so that you can fill in appropriate information. Have you read? Okay, dear students, now get ready to listen to the audio. Now, please remember that you have to fill in the words or phrases there, okay. Shall I play the audio? Okay, listen to it very carefully.
Pluto, the planet that wasn't. Poor Pluto. It's bad enough to be the runt of the group, but to be told after 75 years that you're not even a member of the club? What an insult! Pluto was first discovered in 1930. Until 2006, students were taught that it was the ninth and smallest planet in the solar system. Smaller than Earth's moon, it is not even as wide as the United States. Pluto is made up almost entirely of rock and ice. It is so far away from Earth that the NASA New Horizons spacecraft took almost 10 years to get very close to it. Pluto's full orbit around the Sun lasts almost 250 Earth years. But as small as it is, as cold as it is, as far from the Sun as it is, for all those years it was considered the ninth planet of the solar system, until Eris came around. Eris was discovered in 2005. It is about the same size as Pluto, and like Pluto, it is part of the Kuiper Belt, a ring of objects that circle the outer edge of the solar system. After Eris was discovered, scientists had to make a decision. Either Eris was the 10th planet in the solar system, or it was not a planet at all. And if Eris wasn't a planet, could Pluto be considered one? Scientists made new rules for what is counted as a planet, and decided that neither Pluto nor Eris qualified. A new category was created, dwarf planet. The official lists of planets in the solar system went from 9 to 8, and Pluto and Eris became members of the Dwarf Planet Club. So long for planet Pluto, but at least it no longer has to be the littlest guy in the club. In fact, Pluto is one of the bigger dwarf planets. Maybe Pluto doesn't have it so bad after all.
Okay, dear students, I guess that you have completed all the exercises under B. Have you? Oh, I heard somebody have not completed it. Don't worry, dear. I'm going to play the audio for the third time as well. But before that, please read the exercise C here. Okay? And here you have to listen to the audio again and put a tick mark. Okay? You don't need to write true or false. Just put a tick mark. Okay? On the right box, in the right box there. So you have to under true or false. Okay, decide true or whether these sentences are true or false, but you have to put a tick mark only. So if you have not completed exercise B while listening to this time, you can complete it as well. Okay, so I'll come to the answers later on. So are you ready? Okay, shall I play the audio? Yes, good.
Pluto, the planet that wasn't. Poor Pluto. It's bad enough to be the runt of the group, but to be told after 75 years that you're not even a member of the club? What an insult! Pluto was first discovered in 1930. Until 2006, students were taught that it was the ninth and smallest planet in the solar system. Smaller than Earth's moon, it is not even as wide as the United States. Pluto is made up almost entirely of rock and ice. It is so far away from Earth that the NASA New Horizons spacecraft took almost 10 years to get very close to it. Pluto's full orbit around the Sun lasts almost 250 Earth years. But as small as it is, as cold as it is, as far from the Sun as it is, for all those years it was considered the ninth planet of the solar system, until Eris came around. Eris was discovered in 2005. It is about the same size as Pluto, and like Pluto, it is part of the Kuiper Belt, a ring of objects that circle the outer edge of the solar system. After Eris was discovered, scientists had to make a decision. Either Eris was the 10th planet in the solar system, or it was not a planet at all. And if Eris wasn't a planet, could Pluto be considered one? Scientists made new rules for what is counted as a planet, and decided that neither Pluto nor Eris qualified. A new category was created, dwarf planet. The official lists of planets in the solar system went from 9 to 8, and Pluto and Eris became members of the Dwarf Planet Club. So long for planet Pluto, but at least it no longer has to be the littlest guy in the club. In fact, Pluto is one of the bigger dwarf planets. Maybe Pluto doesn't have it so bad after all.
Okay, dear students, I guess that you have completed all the exercises. Okay, please let's discuss the answers now. The first one is exercise B. You have to complete these gaps. I guess you have done them. Pluto was kicked out from the group of ... in 2006. What answer have you written here? Ah, very good. It's planet. B. Pluto is made of ... and ice. So what have you written there? Well done. It is rock. Next, Pluto takes about 250 ... years to complete its full orbit around the Sun. And what answer have you written? Okay, very good. Earth years. Next exercise, D. Eris was ... in 2005. What have you written there? Well done, dear students. Discover. And the last one is E. The scientists created a new category as ... planet. What answer have you written? Ah, very good. So what's the spelling? Yes, DWARF, dwarf. Thank you, dear students. You did wonderful job. Let's move to the last activity, that is C. Here you have already taken the answers. I just want to show. or make sure that your answers are correct. Please check. Pluto is smaller than the moon. What do you think? Is it true or false? Okay, it is true. B. The NASA New Horizons spacecraft took almost 12 years to get very close to Pluto. Is it true or false? Okay, it is false. It took 10 years only, yes? Almost 10 years. C. Eris is about the same size as Pluto. Is it true or false? Yes, it is. Again, true. D. The scientists disqualified Eris as a planet. Is it true or false? Yes. Not only did they change the status of Pluto, they also disqualified Eris as a planet. It is again true. And last one is Pluto is a member of the Dwarf Planet Club. What do you think? It is true or false? Yes. Again, this is a true answer. Well done, dear students. Let's move to the last activity, that is number D. Why is Pluto not a planet? Give you reasons. Okay, so many reasons were there. Okay, you could hear in the audio file as well. Some of them might be here. Okay, please think about the answer and write them. Okay, so I have some of the points that might be useful to you as well. Let's see them. Okay, so the International Astronomical Union IAU has 3 criteria for a body to be a planet, but Pluto did not meet them, so it was downgraded to a dwarf planet in 2006. Those 3 criteria that were set by IAU were: it is in orbit around the Sun. If something is to be taken as a planet, it has to have these 3 qualities. Okay, it should orbit around the Sun, it has nearly a round shape, and it has cleared the neighborhood around its orbit. So among these 3 criteria, Pluto does not meet the 3rd criteria, means it does not have clear space, or it has clear orbit. Okay, the 3rd criteria, that means a planet should be gravitationally dominant. It should attract the things within its capture or gravitational area. Pluto shares its orbital neighborhood with Kuiper belt objects like Plutonous. So please find interesting facts about Pluto, Eris, and discuss with your friends. Okay, so I guess you have done a similar thing as well. So with this discussion, we have come to the end of today's class, dear students. Today we did 3 things: pronunciation, speaking, and listening as well. So I hope that the lesson has become fruitful to you all. With this, I'd like to bid you goodbye. Thank you and namaste. Have a wonderful time.